All right, good morning, everyone. So we are in the flight deck of a 737-900ER at Port Hedland, Australia. We're going to be flying up to Bali, Indonesia today. It's about an 800 nautical mile flight. Little wing view here. I'm going to be showing you how to get this aircraft set up. So from cold to dark to ready to fly. Engine start and all that included. First thing we want to do, you want to make sure your parking brake is set, okay? I don't know what I just pressed there. We'll find out. All right, so first battery comes on. Battery's up here. It's one of those cover switches. It's going to bring the aircraft to life. It wants you to turn one of the hydraulic pumps on. We'll just turn one on, even though it's not windy. We can go ahead and arm the emergency exit lights. Okay, now we have ground power available. As you can see, ground power, the amperage is available. So we're going to go ahead and switch to that. Okay, now we're running off of ground power. Okay, landing gear lever is down. Okay, we want that. Now we do the APU fire warning test. Some of these systems aren't fully functional on this aircraft, but if you were going to, you would start running your test down here. Okay. I don't have any failures set, so we should be good, but you never know. Position lights, you don't need those on until the APU is running, so we can leave that off. Wing lights are on. Engine bleed switches, we don't need that on because we have nothing to run our air conditioning off of right now. Once we start the APU, we'll deal with that. Now I'm aligning the IRSs, so that's going to tell our aircraft where it is, okay? So if you look on the multifunction display down here, it's going to come to life. Time to align, 48, 47. I'm going to go ahead and go to FMC, position initialization. Okay, I'm going to go next page. I'm going to copy the left GPS, doesn't matter, should be the same. And I'm going to set that into set position. We are at Port Hedland, Australia, which is going to be Yankee Papa Hotel. No, sorry, it's going to be Yankee Papa Delta. I keep confusing it with Perth. It's Yankee Papa Delta. We are not in Perth. Okay. But those match right there, so we're good. Alright. So if we go to our route, I already programmed that all in, so our route to Bali is already in here. We're departing off runway 32. Flight number, we'll just do L855. Okay. Now we'll go to our performance page. Alright, so we're just going to click here, and it should fill everything in for you. Cost index, I'm going to go with 50 today, since we're a low-cost airline. We'll go ahead and just click, fill in. The game will fill that all in for you, thankfully. We have a short runway here for our N1 limit. We're a 737-900. It's Australia. It's hot. So I'm actually going to do a overpowered takeoff. We'll just do a normal climb out. Takeoff, again, it's a little heavy. It's a little hot. We're going to go flaps 10. Okay, I guess it doesn't like that. We'll go flaps 5. Okay, your co-pilot will automatically set that trim number for you. Okay, we can just put a little bit more of this in here. Here's my flight plan right here. Nothing too crazy. We're just flying a visual approach into Bali on runway 09er. Okay, so the IRSs are aligned. What you need to remember to do is to turn the yaw damper on. That'll give you some problems if you don't do that. Now we can also turn all of our probe heats on. Okay. Galley switches are on, in-flight entertainment is on, window heat is on. Okay, so now we can go to our before start checks, basically, because otherwise everything is essentially ready to go. We can go ahead and set our auto brakes to rejected takeoff. We're going to be cruising at flight level 360 today. So let's make sure we got that in there. Alright, runway heading 320, and we're going to go ahead and put 150 up into the box here. flight directors are on. Okay. So we can check our pressurization panel. You want to make sure that your aircraft is pressurized for the correct altitude. That would not be good. Alright, so we'll be climbing at 300 knots. Obviously, we have the restraint of 250 until we get to 10,000 feet. Okay, our cruise, it looks like we're going to be cruising at Mach 0.78. We may try and go a little bit faster than that. We will see. Otherwise, there's really not much else to do right here except for starting the APU, which is going to be a very important part of getting your aircraft on the way. So to start the APU, what I can first do is I can just turn on all the hydraulic pumps and I can turn on all the fuel pumps. Okay, now you can hear those fuel pumps running out here on the wing. So we'll turn our beacon light on since we're about to be moving and since the APU will be running. Alright, so here's the APU start switch. Hold it down for a second. Let it go. We'll go ahead and get our pushback tug connected here. Okay, so the parking brake is off. Oh, that's awesome. That disconnected our ground power. Love when that happens. Okay, well, we're just going to have to wait for the APU to come online then. Yeah, so I guess wait until your APU is on. As you can see, the aircraft is saving power and diverting it to the captain's side over here and taking it away from there. So once the APU is on, we won't have an issue. But okay, so see how the APU bus is lit up blue? So I'm going to switch that on. Okay, switch the other one on. Alright, now we should be good. Seatbelt sides obviously can come on. Let them know down there we are ready to go. Make sure everything looks okay here. This needs to be 150. Okay, so we can go ahead and back this aircraft out. So I'm just going to give the pushback tug a little bit of throttle here. Alright, we're going to wait to get a little bit further out. We'll go ahead and start engine number 2. Okay, so we're going to give the APU bleed air on. We're going to turn PAX to auto. Okay, so APU bleed on, PAX auto. You hear the air conditioning coming on here. Let's go ahead and make sure we don't hit anything. Alright, we can go ahead and just stop here. We're going to be turning out to the right here anyways, so this is going to be okay for us to go ahead and start our engines. So we'll come to a stop here. Alright, we're going to disconnect that tug. Parking brake is set. Alright, we'll go to start our engines. First thing I'm going to do, we're going to turn our PAX off. Okay, that's going to revert all the airflow to our engine. I'm going to start with engine number 2. We're going to switch it to ground. Now we'll come down here. We're going to watch. You can hear it starting. Alright, there goes the low oil pressure start valve open. Let's go listen to that. We can hear it starting up. Alright, when it gets to about 40, we're going to add our fuel for the number 2 engine. It's going to go ahead and start up. Alright, so there goes that engine switch back to auto. Alright, we're going to let it come down a little bit. Okay, so we can go ahead and switch generator 2 on. Same thing for engine number 1. Okay, you want to go to ground. We're going to repeat the process. Let's go to the left wing view here. Okay, we can hear this engine starting up on the number 1 side here. Okay, we're at about 40 on the N1. Add the fuel. Alright, that engine is started. What we're going to do for taxi, we're going to turn these engine start switches to continuous. Switch on our other generator. Alright, our APU can come off. APU bleed can come off. Engine 1 and 2 bleed on. Left pack auto, right pack auto. Last thing we need before we taxi, my favorite part of the 737 by far, flaps 5. Alright, our co-pilot has switched on our taxi lights for us. Again, no ATC, so we should be good to go. You can hear the air conditioning blaring here. Alright, we'll roll a little bit since we've got a little downhill slope here and the engines are both on and we'll idle. We'll start to roll. We're going to make a right turn and head out towards the runway. Okay, we'll give it just a little bit of gas here. That's pretty much it, folks. Go to the runway, take the departure out, go up to 36,000 feet. The only challenging thing of this flight is we'll have a visual landing in Bali. There's no ILS on the runway we're coming in on, but I think I'll be able to manage that. So, thanks for watching. I would be down to do tutorials for any aircraft in this game or any procedure or anything. Airbus A320 is pretty easy in this game, but some of the other Boeing planes are a little bit more difficult to fly start to finish. So if you want a tutorial or a run through of cold and dark and how to start the engines realistically, just let me know. Otherwise, safe flying, guys.